to. Now, if someone wanted something for that and it can make your team better in a lot of other ways, you listen to that, but it also depends on how good you feel about that rookie. And we're not there yet right now. And odds are we probably won't be. That's why we're happy that we don't have to be that way. We got a guy in here who we know we can win with, a guy that our players love, that we love. And we're excited to have him this year, and we're excited to have a hell of a quarterback right behind him, learning from when the time's his.
On that note, we welcome in Super Bowl champ Booger McFarland. Booger, great to see you, sir. I will get to you in just a moment. But, Max, I'm going to start with you. Do you think the Niners should trade or keep Stephen A's favorite quarterback, Jimmy G?
They should absolutely keep him. I totally agree with Coach. And I also agree with Steve Young, who said this is going to define – already he has a substantial resume, but it's going to define Shanahan's career. Like this quarterback pick, he's going to choose his guy, bring him in as a rookie, and let's see what happens. He's bringing him into a team, if it is Mac Jones, that's ready to win now. But he ain't going to do it with a rookie quarterback. Why not keep a guy like whatever you want to say that's bad about Jimmy G? He's more than just a competent quarterback. He has played now. He's injury prone. There's no two ways about it. Another reason you draft a guy. But when he's on the field, his team almost always wins. And when he's not on the field, the backup quarterback almost always loses. Which means it's not just, it's easy to replace him. If it was, they wouldn't almost always lose when he doesn't play and almost always win when he plays. He's been, whether or not you want to say he's taken a team to a Super Bowl, he was on a Super Bowl team. And if not for one pass to Emmanuel Sanders that he missed, which I would say he's going to hit that half the time, right? They win the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'd win the Super Bowl. Who says they can't run it back? They bring back a team that's ready to win with Jimmy G if he could stay healthy, if he does. Maybe they're in that same position again, only this time he hits it. It's as likely as he hits it as he misses it. And then they win the Super Bowl. Like I'm saying, they could win a Super Bowl this year with Jimmy G as quarterback. Why would you trade that up, pass that up? And then you have a mentor. You have a guy whoever you bring in, let's say it's Mac Jones, he can hold the clipboard. He doesn't have to worry about the pressure of starting right now on a team that's ready. And the comparison most people have made, not that Mac Jones is ever going to be Patrick Mahomes. I mean, almost nobody will ever be Patrick Mahomes. But it's the Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes thing. You have a good team with a solid quarterback that has chances this year, and you've drafted for the future. Why wouldn't you do that? What are you hoping to add a second-round pick? Like, that's really what you want to do and get rid of a chance to win this year? It doesn't make any sense. Keep Jimmy G right there.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I don't mind them keeping Jimmy G. Please don't get me wrong, but if you can entertain a deal with the New England Patriots, I mean, then to me, that's something that you should entertain. Because what Bill Belichick is trying to do back there, if you're talking about getting a quarterback, Max, how about let me throw this out at you and Booger, okay? And I'm just speculating here because obviously we've heard Diana Rossini and others allude to what they're hearing in terms of the Patriots being interested in getting Jimmy G back. He was 2-0 as a starter for them. He's 24-8 as a starter overall, 22-8 as a starter with the 49ers, complete 67% of his passes in his career, but he's injury prone. You understand? It seems like you blow in his direction, he might get injured. That's the problem. And by the way, Molly, as a correction, he's not my favorite quarterback. He has my favorite nickname. I think there's no better nickname than Porn Star Jimmy. I gave it to him. That's the best nickname right there, Porn Star Jimmy. It's definitely appropriate. He deserves it. And by the way, it is not an insult. It is just a matter of fact. The man is Porn Star Jimmy.
He showed up very publicly.
Listen, like you show up in public. You show up in public in L.A. before you ever throw a pass for the San Francisco 49ers with a porn star. You Porn Star Jimmy. That's what you wanted to be perceived as. You got the nickname. Enjoy it. Here's the deal. 22-8 as a starter and all of this stuff. I venture to say Bill Belichick gave the San Francisco 49ers a gift. They gave them Jimmy Garoppolo for a second-round pick. Hell, how about returning the favor? Do something for Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. How about that? And how about this one, Max? How about this one, Booger? Not only do you get Jimmy G back, but you give them Cam Newton. I'd like Cam Newton in San Francisco. I like him with actual targets to throw the football to. Kittle, okay, Debo Samuels, Mostert being able to run the football. We've lamented, his Cam still has it. I've lamented his accuracy or lack thereof, but nevertheless, I'm saying you put him with weapons, the athletic stud that he is, if you still believe in Cam, there is no question. on the offensive side of the ball that the San Francisco 49ers, with the play calling of Kyle Shanahan, is a better option for Cam Newton than Josh McDaniel and Bill Belichick in New England with being bereft of weapons the way that they are, I'd say, hey, wait a minute here. Let Jimmy G go back to Bill Belichick, which is where he belongs. Tom Brady's supposed successor. Let him be a Foxborough, even though you're going to get injured in San Francisco. Chances are you're going to get injured in Foxborough, too, because cold weather does affect us. The point is, if you go there because of his familiarity with them, their system, the coach, and everything else, let him go back to New England, send Cam Newton to San Francisco, and get equitable compensation, okay, in return. Let Jimmy G go back to the Patriots. Let Cam Newton go to San Francisco. And we might be singing a different tune about both of them.
You know, typically, Stephen A., I would normally sit there and just echo everything you said because, you know, after all, you are the love doctor. But think about this, Stephen A. I want you to think about this, okay?
Oh, wow.
Love doctor commenting on porn star Jimmy.
Love Dr. Porn Star Jimmy. And let's not forget Brick. Let's not forget.
Help me now.
Hey, Booker, let's not forget Brick on General Hospital. By the way, he returns last week in April. Brick returns to
What's
General
Brick's
Hospital.
government name? That's what I want to know.
Don't worry about his government name. He's a surveillance expert for the mob on General Hospital, and he returns the last week in April. Go ahead, Booker.
And you know what? Typically, the love doctor would say, you know what? If you're in a marriage and you're in a relationship and things have gone south and you know we are heading for divorce, go ahead and do it now. Cut the cord and move on. That way we can heal our wounds. That sounds like something the love doctor would say to make sure everybody comes out and feels the right way. But you know what, Stephen A., this ain't love, my friend. Okay, this is called big boy business in professional sports. And Kyle Shanahan's job is not to make sure both sides are okay. His job is to make sure he can win the most games as the 49ers head coach because, as Max said, his legacy is on the line. Okay, Kyle Shanahan, boy wonder, Mike Shanahan's son, arguably the greatest play caller in the National Football League. Guess what? What does he have to show for it? What does he have to show for it? Nothing right now. So therefore, a Super Bowl appearance? What the hell is that? Last time I checked, I got Super Bowl rings.
The next year, Garoppolo only played 6 games.
Hey, listen, don't cry over spilled milk. We play for rings. We don't play for certificates that say you participate in the Super Bowl. We play for rings. That's what we do. And Kyle Shanahan doesn't have anything to show for it. So if you're going to walk into the 49ers locker room this year and tell Nick Bosa and tell those guys, hey, we got a chance to win the Super Bowl this year, you're not doing it with a rookie quarterback. So Jimmy G gives them the best chance to win right now. Very similar to what the Kansas City Chiefs did with Mahomes and Alex Smith.
Booker, what about the Cam Newton idea? What about the Cam Newton idea? Because I think it makes a lot of sense. The only thing that I would say is it's a third system he's got to learn in as many years, basically. But it makes a lot of sense in terms of what he might be able to do there.
Listen, y'all believe in Cam Newton if you want to. 2015 has come and gone, and we haven't seen that Cam Newton since, okay? And I don't think we're ever going to see it. I'm not a believer in Cam Newton. I would rather have Jimmy Garoppolo than Cam Newton, even though we know Jimmy G is on his way out. You play Jimmy G this year. You give your team, when healthy, with a really good defense, some really good front 4 guys up front rushing the quarterback. We know Kyle Shanahan can scheme up the run game, and if Jimmy G can make and be consistent in the pocket, as Kyle said, and I quote, we can win with Jimmy G. And whatever rookie quarterback you draft, at whatever point he's ready, whether it's at the end of the season, whether it's next year, then you make the move. There is no way Kyle Shanahan can walk into that locker room and tell the other 52 guys on that team, hey, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, I don't care who he drafts, is going to give us the best chance to win. And you can't just throw away 2021. So they almost have to play Jimmy G to start this season, regardless of who they draft. Now, I know that goes against everything that we think about and everything that the love doctor promotes as far as when it's time to cut the cord, you cut the cord. But again, this is business, and you're not just responsible for one guy. You're responsible for the other 52 guys in that locker room. And let's face it, Kyle Shanahan has to try to win the most games he can because he and John Lynch, they were both given dueling 6-year deals, and they got to not only get to a Super Bowl, they got to try to win it, and right now Jimmy G gives them the best chance to do that.
Well, he gives you the best chance if he's going to be on the field. He missed 10 games last year, and so with durability being such a huge question mark,